So we have some new updates for Higgsfield Supercomputer, and it's really about the underlying model that is driving everything now. With the new releases from Google in terms of Gemini Omni and Gemini 3.5 Flash, this is going to make things a bit more cost effective when you're using something like a supercomputer. Let's go right into it. So when you were using Opus 4.6, or if you were paying for the higher tier Opus 4.7, you would probably notice that a lot of your credits were getting eaten, and that was because of all the text generation that needed to happen. Now, a new update from Higgsfield, they are using Gemini underneath the hood instead of the Opus models, and so Gemini 3.5 Flash is just probably way cheaper. I haven't looked at the exact numbers, but it's definitely way cheaper. If you want to take a quick comparison, or you haven't done yours yet, here is one of the chat generations I was doing, and you can see here that the text credits I used was about 27. I did generate a couple images, I did generate a video, but from one of my earlier sessions, the actual usage was so much higher on the text credits, and I guess it was a bit buggy that I didn't get the video and image credits, but yet the text credits was so high, and this was one prompt. I didn't really do much here. So there's a drastic reduction when you're going into supercomputer using the orchestrator through Gemini instead of Opus 4.6. So to switch over, it's pretty easy. You're just gonna go ahead and select the model picker. They've made it pretty clear here that this is the best one you wanna do. And a couple of other new things is skills have now made it into Higgsfield Supercomputer. They advertised this earlier, but I did not see it before. Now it's here and now it's available. There's also the shoot cinema thing that we're going to kind of ignore today, but build with skills is really cool because you can now bring over all of the skills that you were using in something like a Claude Code or a Claude Codex, OpenClaw, all the different agents. You can kind of bring that stuff over without having to kind of restart. And the way to do that is to go into memory here. And I have a lot of memory that's already populated because I've been working with this quite a bit. If you go over into this part here where it says import, and you select that, it's going to give you an option to import from any of the other agents that you may use. Now, I didn't do Claude Code because I have way too many things in Claude Code to be importing that into supercomputer. I think it'll get confused because it's not just image and video generation stuff, but I did do Claude, and that seems to go to your Claude chat in the web. So whatever you have in terms of skills there is going to get downloaded. So the way that looks is if you click this import button, it's going to say I have an MCP, start import, and it's going to go over to your Claude instance with a prompt that's like sync agents, and then everything will just work from there. So I'm not going to run that because I've already run it. Okay, so let's get into actually just using this and how well does it work. In terms of a comparison to Opus 4.6, I will say the prompts that Claude models write are way better than the Gemini models, and also the Claude models just make less mistakes. So let's go into one of these generations that I did, which is the one you sort of saw at the start of this video, and that is like what I'm calling the watch store battle. There's been this crazy insane release from AP and Swatch. I'm not like a watch person, so I'm not really into it, but people are lining up and fighting over these things. There's limited edition stuff happening, so I guess there's lines queued around the block for this. But I wanted to make a quick parody video of me fighting as a knight in this like medieval style battle scene, but it's like a modern day setting. And so to do that, I was using the storyboard skill that I had created in Claude, but ported over to Higgsfield here. So you can see here, I started with the first storyboard shot. This was not so great, and I just kept giving it feedback. And over time, you can see it gets a bit better. There's some issues with one of these, and then I go into the next one, and I just kept giving it instructions over and over again. Now, sometimes I found that it kind of ignored my instructions and I had to do another generation. Here there was a bit of a regression. It took the actual product and made it a wristwatch instead of a pocket watch, and I had to keep going back over and over again because sometimes one shot would fix and then the other shot would kind of mess up. So here the first shot went into this weird thing where I'm like doing a brooding stand, and the last shot was okay, but it still wasn't too much of like me raising my hand, which is what I wanted. So just having to keep going back and forth, where I found with the Claude models that I did not need to do this, it kind of got it the first time. Now, the trade-off is these generations are pretty cheap, especially if you're using like a GPT image 2 or a Nano Banana, so it's not a big deal. But just know that you might have to go back and forth a bit. Here was another generation I tried to do in 1080p that didn't come out so well, but I don't really blame Gemini for that. So this one's not bad, except that the first starting image kind of gets stuck here. So this, we would have to crop this out later and do some editing for that. And then at the end, this transforms into a completely different watch. It's just not the product that I had put in, but the story beats are pretty much the same. So the only other thing is like this fighting is pretty weird. He's kind of doing too many double hits and weird, like some of it's fast, some of it's super slow. So you know, it's not always going to get it right, but I was able to get this all done for less than 300 credits. And again, the text credits is not taking up the bulk of everything. It's really me just kind of being, wanting to do more C-dance generations. Image credits, I could have went with some of the first images, but I did a lot more image generation. So this is where the power of using Gemini underneath the hood of Higgsfield Computer is going to be basically this cheat code, because you can kind of iterate here with the image credits and the text credits and not waste your video generation credits, which are pretty much the premium here. Now, for a more serious version of this, if you wanted to create like an editorial type of shot, this one I had already pre-generated the storyboard using Claude earlier in the day before this Gemini stuff came out. And so I was kind of playing around with this idea of mimicking what they had on their site, which is like a very high-end luxury style editorial video with them in the factory and the gloves and then like a hand assembly. And so this is one where the shot list was a bit more detailed, and you can see in here where we have those different elements and then the product is highlighted pretty well. So let's look at the actual video that got generated using this like supercomputer interface. So there you go, it was just looping there. And so what you find is the C-Dance combo with the Gemini 3.5 flash underneath the hood and Higgsfield Supercomputer all combined here. It's taking something that used to take a lot of effort to, one, generate all these images, generate the storyboard on its own, and it's coordinating all these things for you without the need of you having to know this type of workflow. So I could take this and say, hey, make this a skill for me, and it would turn this into an actual skill. Now, the other piece of this is the actual generations that happen. I think the prompts that Gemini comes out with are a bit more zany and a bit more out there versus the prompts that Claude comes out with. So let's watch one of the Claude prompts that like when I did a UGC style video. So this was very more vanilla.
And then they're also available in mango, and they don't have any of that weird aftertaste, and they're plant-based. I'm obsessed. So try.
Okay, so this I'm obsessed stuff comes up quite a bit with these models. So this was another green-haired UGC video I wanted to do. You can see here that I had to do more generations because again, the prompting that happens with the Gemini 3.5 flash underneath the hood is not as strong, so it makes mistakes, it forgets the references. And this was just a completely different watch here that she was holding, so I had to regenerate that. And then the second generation forgot about the green-haired character, and so it gave me like this really fancy storyboard here that I didn't want, basically. And so I had to kind of remind it, hey, use the character again. And then finally on the last one, it kind of got the character right. And so these eyes popping out are pretty funny. So let's watch the final video and kind of react to it.
Okay, stop scrolling. Look at this teal swatch. It is literally obsessed level. The transparency on the back is insane. I'm actually over this watch right now.
And so you can see how this is raw, right? I didn't review anything. I just kind of let the model rock. The copywriting is just not as strong. I don't understand the transparency on the back thing. That doesn't make a lot of sense. And so it causes Cdance to make her flip over the watch, and it's not actually transparent either. And then, of course, with the I'm obsessed line, doesn't sound natural at all. So that's a trade-off. If you're going to use Gemini here underneath the hood, it's not as strong at copywriting as the Claude models are. It's not as strong as the orchestration piece of it and like remembering what it's doing. But it's a fair trade-off because you can just catch these things and put in review stops to make sure you get all of these little details right for your videos. This was just a quick return to Supercomputer after the release of the new Google models. Anyone who's put off of Supercomputer because of the really high cost with the Claude models, I would come back and use the Gemini models instead. And, you know, default to Claude when you really need that power, but the Gemini should be like a good daily driver. Again, this is if you don't want to set up your own Hermes agent, OpenClaw agent, Claude Code stuff, and you really want like an easy on-ramp to a lot of this tooling, this is probably one of the best ones to use. And I will be like recommending people start with this. Super beginner friendly. Of course, you're paying a premium for this nice UI and, you know, nice setup here, but I think that's worth it when, especially you like don't want to waste time on the setup part of it. Of course, nothing's gonna really beat like your own custom Claude Code or Codex setup, but this is really close, especially if you start importing in all of the stuff you need. That's just what I wanted to cover here. If you do want that skill, I am going to leave it in the description or the comment below, and it's going to be under storyboard cheat code. This is going to help you create those storyboards to generate your videos, so you don't have to keep generating videos over and over again, but you can kind of iterate on the storyboard instead. All right, I will see you in the next one.